And good morning, everyone. Welcome to this day. It is a beautiful day out. It kind of reminds me of June gloom. Get that nice cooling fog in the morning. Tell you all about that in just a moment. On our show today, we have Dr. Shaw on now. He's a gastroenterologist with Memorial Care Saddleback Medical Center, and he's going to be talking about GERD and what that is and the new treatment for that as well. We also have on a gentleman from the Emeritus Institute. He teaches accounting class, so we're going to find out about that. Then from the Village String Band, we got a couple guests coming on, and they have an event coming up. If you love that type of music, which is really kind of lively and fun, we'll find out all about that. And then we have someone on, Carol Bowler from the Reformed Temple of Laguna Woods. They're having their Jewish Food Festival coming up. That sounds really good. I hope she brought something for us, because I'm hungry and I like that kind of food. All right, as far as meetings go today, there are I think just one meeting, the Disaster Preparedness Task Force, 9:30 in the Cypress Room. So that's it for the meetings. Now let's get to the beautiful weather. I love this weather. It's sort of like June gloom, right? We get into June, we kind of stay in the mid to upper 70s. We get the fog in the morning, cooling at night, real nice during the day, and that's what we have. Yesterday, we actually got to 3 or 4 degrees warmer than I thought. So I have 76 today. I'm thinking anywhere from 75 to about 78 degrees. It just depends how this fog kind of ebbs and flows. And when it comes in later on in the evening, it comes in a little bit sooner, the temps won't be quite as warm. But you can see we have absolutely beautiful weather. Yes, sunny after morning fog. That is the story. As we get to Saturday, I don't think we'll have much of that marine layer. The temperatures will start to go down, but overall, just nice, pleasant weather. Let's take a look around the area, the county, and beyond. And again, just beautiful weather. You can see in the mid to upper 70s. Beaches are going to stay in the mid 60s today. If the fog dissipates a little bit sooner, that temp will rise up to maybe about 68 or 69 down in the beaches. But overall, we're looking at the mid 60s. Lake Arrowhead 69, Palm Springs 99. San Diego about 77 degrees, and we were talking beforehand, I was talking to McKenna, who's our intern here, and McKenna used to work down at Legoland, and we were talking about, you want the best barbecue? Believe it or not, it's in Legoland. Is it the King's Night? What's it called, Knight's Table? Yeah. Knight's Table. Now, of course, you have to pay to get into Legoland, but trust me, it's authentic Texas barbecue. You wouldn't think that, but it's absolutely wonderful. But you got to go to Legoland for it. All right, maybe I will, just for the barbecue. All right, folks, we'll be back in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Brian Rott, President and CEO of Cartmart here in Laguna Woods. My family's been in the golf cart business since 1959, and we win our customers over with the simple belief of we treat you right. We are proud to be the authorized dealer for Club Car here in Orange County and your go-to source for the sales and service to other major brands. We're conveniently located on El Toro Road, just minutes from Laguna Woods. So come by and see for yourself, while when doing business with Cartmart, there's no reason to go anywhere else.
Dr. Farman Cosmetic and Implant Dentistry is located right outside Gate 6 and has been keeping the village smiling for many years.
I have really learned to love Dr. Farmer through the years, almost 20 years now that she's been my dentist. And I highly recommend her to anyone here in Laguna Woods or in Orange County looking to establish a relationship with a dentist who will be there for them and take care of all of their dental needs.
Near Snooty Fox Restaurant behind Coco's.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
Saddleback Memorial Medical Center is one of HealthGrade's America's 50 Best Hospitals. When you choose a hospital that's been named one of America's 50 Best Hospitals by HealthGrades, you can feel a lot more confident that you'll receive the right care. Saddleback Memorial Medical Center demonstrated superior performance across many of the conditions they treat and procedures they provide. As one of America's 50 Best Hospitals for 2016, Saddleback Memorial Medical Center offers a high level of comprehensive quality care over time. Only 1% of America's hospitals achieve this distinction. Considering this hospital in your search for the right care is one step you can take to ensure you receive the best care for your needs.
Being recognized by HealthGrades as one of America's 50 best hospitals is a testament to the dedication of our more than 3,400 physicians, staff, and volunteers, along with the unwavering commitment from our donors and supporters within the Laguna Woods community. We look forward to serving Laguna Woods for many years to come.
Yeah. Welcome back. With me today is Dr. Kenton Shaw, and he is a gastroenterologist at Memorial Care Saddleback Medical Center. Nice to have you on, sir. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, Ken.
And we were talking that you said about a year and a half ago you were on the show that we used to do with Monarch.
That's right.
And so you've been here before.
Yes.
Great to have you back. And today we're talking about a new procedure for GERD, G-E-R-D. So I am going to let you pronounce that, what it is. I mean, I've heard of GERD before, but let's kind of get a background, what that is. Is it something that is chronic? Can it be helped? What causes it?
Sure, great question. So GERD stands for a gastroesophageal reflux disease, and it happens when an abnormal amount of stomach acid travels up the esophagus and results in symptoms such as heartburn, regurgitation, sometimes difficulty swallowing. And it happens when the valve between the esophagus and the stomach becomes too loose. Normally this
too loose. Okay.
Normally this valve allows food and liquid that we consume to go down into the stomach, and the valve prevents food and liquid and acid from coming back up in the esophagus. But when this valve becomes too loose for various reasons, then abnormal amounts of acid travel up the esophagus and can cause problems.
Okay, now I would assume that for the average person, it's normal for us to have something like that happen once in a great while, just for whatever reasons. But this is something that will happen frequently or almost on a daily basis to someone, right?
Correct.
Okay. How does this happen? How does the valve get loose? Is it just something that it's kind of you're born with in a way, or you're something that's like anything else? You know, some people, they have to wear glasses earlier in life than others.
The minority of cases it's that way, but it's actually mostly a preventable process.
Is it really?
And it's often due to obesity or being overweight or chronic overeating, chronic heavy lifting or straining, pregnancy, childbirth. So anything that increases the pressure in our abdomen ends up stretching that valve and then consequently allows acid to go up into the esophagus.
Now, is it something, let's say in the case of childbirth, is that something that is temporary? Maybe for the first few months afterwards that'll happen to a woman and then it kind of goes back to normal? Is it something that once it happens, it's there to stay?
It could be either way. As most pregnant women can tell us, they often have acid reflux during pregnancy and shortly after pregnancy, but there are plenty of patients who end up with long-term acid reflux after their pregnancy, unfortunately.
Okay, so let's talk about, there's other symptoms that go along with this as well. Irritable bowel syndrome and even colon cancer screening can help with this, or am I right?
Yeah, well, other symptoms involved with acid reflux not only involve heartburn and regurgitation. Those are the kind of typical or classic symptoms of acid reflux, but there can be some atypical symptoms of acid reflux as well, including upper abdominal pains, chest pressure, even chronic cough or sore throat or hoarseness can be symptoms of chronic acid reflux. And so patients often deal and suffer with these symptoms for long periods of time, even before knowing that they're due to acid reflux.
Okay, so let's talk about this new procedure. It's called TIF. And how this helps out.
Yeah, so it's a very exciting new procedure. It's actually not that new anymore. It was FDA approved in 2007. It's been performed in this country over 20,000 times. And TIF stands for transoral incisionless fundoplication.
Okay.
So transoral, meaning through the mouth.
Yeah.
Incisionless, exactly as that sounds, it's an incisionless surgery through the mouth. Fundoplication describes the type of surgery, which is where we wrap the top of the stomach around the bottom of the esophagus to help reconstruct that valve that becomes too loose over time.
Wow, so this isn't something like a little implant valve that you put in. It's not a valve replacement.
It's not. We go through the mouth with a camera called the endoscope, and we use a device called the esophax device, very catchy name. And when we are in the stomach, we retract the tissue from the top of the stomach to lengthen the valve that becomes too loose and too short, and we wrap it around.
Is this
This is a diagram of the procedure. So we retract tissue to lengthen the valve. We wrap the tissue around the bottom of the esophagus, and we fasten it using these polypropylene fasteners that are shaped like an H. And they look like the fasteners that attach our clothing tags to our new clothes, and they're as strong as 3/0 sutures, and it helps us reconstruct the valve by tightening it and lengthening the valve.
Very interesting. Now, as far as the length of time of recovery, does a person have a certain amount of time that they can only have liquids or something like that?
Absolutely. So this is surgery, though it's minimally invasive surgery. So there is a recovery period. Most patients are able to go back to work the same week. So they take maybe 3 to 5 up to 7 days off of work. They need to be on a liquid diet for a couple of weeks, a soft diet for several more weeks, and they have some activity restrictions as well for several weeks. So it is a similar recovery process as surgery, though shorter and usually less painful.
So what is the percentage of patients who have GERD that would need this? Would this be more of an extreme case?
Not necessarily. We actually recommend this particular procedure for the mild to moderate patients with acid reflux. And the reason to get this procedure would be really anyone with chronic acid reflux who requires chronic acid reflux medicines. And there can be various reasons that a patient would want to get this procedure. Number one is if their medicines are providing incomplete relief of their symptoms, or number two, they have reasons to come off of their medicines if they're afraid of long-term side effects of the medicines, which there are increasing concerns of, or if they've already experienced side effects from the long-term medicines.
All right, very good. Now, as far as people coming in and you figuring out, yeah, they really do have GERD versus maybe something less invasive, less mild, or more mild, I should say. What are some of the things that you do? Do you just sit down and talk to them and ask them, is this something you go through every day? Could it be maybe something that's temporary through stress? How do you come about like, yeah, you really have GERD and this is something we need to further look into?
Well, to qualify for a procedure like this, a patient should have had reflux symptoms, regular reflux symptoms for at least 1 year and require daily acid reflux medicines for at least 6 months. It should be bothersome enough for them to want a procedure like that, which most patients who come to me end up having very bothersome acid reflux. And they often need to go through an upper endoscopy to evaluate their anatomy, to evaluate this valve, see if there's any short-term or long-term damage in their esophagus from acid reflux. And of course, we ask them about their symptoms in terms of the duration, the frequency, the severity, and the types of symptoms they have.
All right, very good. I want to give you the website that you can go to and find out more information. It's memorialcare.org/TIF, because that is the initials for the procedure. The number is 1-800-MEMORIAL. That's very easy to remember as well. Dr. Shaw, great information. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
And it's nice to see that always coming up with new procedures that work better than the previous ones.
It's very exciting.
Thank you very much. Take care, doctor.
You too.
We'll be right back.
I thought my active lifestyle and clean living would keep me from getting cancer. Yeah, I didn't want to get a colonoscopy because I thought it was too much trouble. I never had one. I didn't think I needed one. But I got cancer at 72 years old, colon cancer, and I needed surgery. My doctor at Saddleback Memorial suggested robotic-assisted surgery is minimally invasive and it's much faster recovery, and I was only out 3 weeks, and I actually won a tennis tournament 1 month after my surgery.
Mother's Day is coming, and Diane's Hallmark is just the place to get Mom a gift that shows how much you care. Our women's department has gifts for that special someone, including clothing, jewelry, Vera Bradley, and Bagolini handbags, Crabtree and Evelyn, and many other great gifts for Mom. Don't forget that our religious department carries a great selection of Christian gifts and Bibles as well. Diane's Hallmark is a Gold Crown store. Come in and experience our personalized service. We're located on Alicia Parkway next to Hobby Lobby.
Every 9 minutes, someone is diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Join the American Parkinson's Disease Association for the Southern California Optimism Walk on Saturday, April 28th, and help raise funds and awareness that will make a difference. Join us at the beautiful South Coast Botanic Garden for a fantastic day filled with inspiration and hope. Register online or call us for more details.
Tired of earning only 1, 2, or 3% on your investments? Are you ready for consistent and profitable cash flow? With over 30 years' experience, American Mortgage Fund offers high returns paid monthly. Traditional investments can be ambiguous and volatile. With American Mortgage Fund, your investments are backed by residential and commercial real estate. Take control and diversify your portfolio. Call today for your free investment book.
Welcome back. Right now I have Rosendo Castillo on, and he is with the Emeritus Institute. He's one of their great instructors, and the listing is accounting, but I'm finding out it's more than that. By the way, welcome. Nice to have you here, sir.
Happy to be here.
So tell me about the class that you do.
The class that I teach is called Improving Investments, and it's directed towards folks who are mostly retired, because the Emeritus program, although we welcome people of all ages, a lot of the people who are retired or close to retirement get themselves involved in the Emeritus program.
Yeah, and I have to say that all the different classes that they have here, and I've interviewed a lot of different people, this is the first time I think I've heard about one that is accounting, am I right? Well, at least for me I have, or accounting related. And then investment. I think that's absolutely wonderful.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And improving investments, it's a matter of guiding the interested students in how to preserve their wealth and having that wealth perhaps grow.
Right, right.
And how to balance that portfolio of investments that they have, their home, their insurances, the money they may have in the stock market, their IRAs, 401ks, and so on, in order to preserve wealth and make sure they have an income in these years when they're already retired or close to retirement.
Now, what is your background? Is it obviously something in the world of finance or accounting?
When I left the Army, way back in, I won't say the year, I went to UCLA, go Bruins, to get my MBA, Master's in Business Administration. Yeah. And I went to work in the banking area. And in the banking area, I moved all the way from international banking, mostly in Latin America. I was able to go to London for a while, to Canada, to the oil patch, private banking down in Los Angeles, international banking again in Miami, where I worked for a while. I also got myself involved in mortgage lending. And all of that has given me a tremendous amount of experience in the area of finance. And I was very fortunate moving from Miami 2 years ago, where I used to teach at Miami-Dade College in the area of management. That Saddleback College hired me to be one of the 3 instructors in this area of improving investments.
And you know, every once in a while I'll listen to a finance show or some finance people that I know. And I think one of our greatest disservices that we do, and they've talked about this, that we should be teaching this in high school. So kids who are teens in high school, when they get out of high school, they already have a good basis of money management.
Yes.
Of course, they don't do that. Yes, there's some finance courses and things like that, but it should be something that is almost mandatory. And it's great that you're doing this, because there are people who throughout their lives maybe never took a course like this, and they may have a finance person and an accountant and all that, but to understand it and bring it all together, I think is wonderful.
Well, I agree with you. I think it's, you know, high school is a very important part of your educational process, because from there either you're going to go to the university, or you're going to go to a technical school, or you're stepping into your career and to what is going to be the basis of your life for years to go. And to have a basis in your very basic finance management, so you don't make mistakes. Little things like they're going to be buying their first car. They're going to be establishing their first checking account. They're going to be establishing their first savings account. So all of those things that I think that are be wonderful if they were to be taught at the high school, at least in a very basic way, but at least give them an understanding of what they're facing, something that is going to be important for their pocketbook.
Be important every day in their life, for the rest of their life.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think what you're doing is wonderful. Of course, Emeritus, if you're 18 and up, people can go there, but you primarily serve this community. And again, to give people that, maybe that basic information that they never had is wonderful, because they're at a time in their life when hopefully they still have enough time left. They can kind of figure out what's going on and maybe change a few things.
One of the things that I've found teaching this course is that the diversity of knowledge of my students. And I found that so many of them have tremendous experience, and when I teach the course, I try to make it one in which we all participate. It's not just a one-way, but a two or a three-way experience. Because a lot of my students have had many, many years of experience in trying to manage their portfolio. We may be filling gaps in their knowledge, or they, because of their experience, they add a richness that might be lacking otherwise. So it's so we teach, we talk about all kinds of things, between interest rates to the movements of the market, etc. And it's a very, to me, it has been a very enriching experience teaching this course, and it's I'm really fortunate, because I actually, believe it or not, I do learn from my students.
And you know, that is the most constant theme I hear from every emeritus instructor. It does not matter if it's art or writing or something to do with finance. I hear that over and over again.
That's true.
And the main reason they all say is because the people who come to emeritus classes want to be there. They're not forced to, like, this is part of your curriculum. You got to take that. But I highly encourage this, because it's a continual benefit to learn more and more about your own personal money management. And I think it's fantastic what you're doing.
And we give them different focuses, you know, different ways to look at it. One of the things that I tell them, you know, don't just look at the stock market and what your portfolio is. Remember, your wealth is also your pensions. Your Social Security. The savings that you have in the bank, the IRS. All those things are part of the wealth. You probably own already your home. And it's already paid for. That is a source of wealth. So that has to be preserved and improved upon. So there's a lot of ways that you can look at the whole. You have to be holistic in looking at your investment.
I want to make sure that people understand that your course is under accounting.
It's
so
under accounting.
this is what I have here. It's accounting 229X.
That's right.
Okay, you're going to be doing this for the summer season as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So look under the accounting class and or the accounting.
Improve investment. That's what it is. Improving your investment.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
I appreciate you coming on today, and great course, really.
Thank you.
Very important. We'll be back in just a moment.
Did you know that we are living longer, healthier lives than ever before? And did you know that social interaction, brain stimulation, and exercise improve your quality of life? Did you know the Saddleback College Emeritus Institute offers 200 tuition-free classes to older adults in South Orange County? With over 30-plus locations between Lake Forest and San Clemente, it has never been easier to take advantage of your third act of life. Sign up today.
Hi, it's Desiree from Irvine Subaru, where families come first. As a family-ran dealership, your family's safety is our #1 priority. Come in and find the perfect Subaru from the largest selection of Subarus in Orange County. All models are top safety picks by the Insurance Institute of Highway Safety. We offer the ideal balance of safety, performance, and economy. Irvine Subaru, more Subarus, more safety, more performance, more love.
At El Toro Pharmacy, your health needs and your quality of life is our top priority. We can be trusted with all your prescription needs, delivered free to your doorstep. Call us to have your prescription transferred. We will take care of everything. No hassle to you. We are a full-service pharmacy carrying all your over-the-counter medicines at competitive prices. And we offer complete diabetic care and your immunization requirements too. Under new management, come visit us in Moulton Plaza. El Toro Pharmacy will never be undersold, and we offer the finest after-sales services.
Welcome back. Well, the Village String Band has a concert coming up in May, and we have Debbie Byrne and Paul Lambert here to tell us all about their fun music from the 40s, 50s, and 60s. So you're covering a whole bunch of stuff.
Absolutely.
We are.
So
we have people in the band that range in age from 50s to 90s.
Wow.
So there's a big range of ages in the band.
And it's a big group. Tell me about the group, because it looks large and variety of different instruments and vocalists.
We have about 24 people in the band. And there are guitarists, people who play ukulele, slide guitar, harmonica, fiddles, banjo, auto harp.
Accordions, right? Right, okay. So tons of different things.
Dealt with drums and piano.
Right, and you guys practice all the time?
We start rehearsing, it's an emeritus class.
Right.
So the fall semester was when we start picking the songs and we start rehearsing them. And we rehearse them from September through May for this show.
Okay. So like how many days a week?
1 day a week.
Oh, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's
and you're all musicians, so you should be able to gel it together pretty easily, right? Okay, and how many songs do you sing the whole time for the concert?
22.
Oh, 22,
songs.
okay.
Yeah.
And vocalists, how many vocalists do you have?
Probably 10 of the.
Actually, it's more. It's almost 20 because, but we have, you know,
Soloists.
trios and
right.
And quartets and.
Okay. All right. So tell me when they arrive, how do you set up the concert? Like what would they expect?
Well, the stage is set up. We have a gentleman named Vern, and he does all the technical part. He does the stage layout.
Okay.
And the Performing Arts Center, they have a great staff, so they set everything up and they do all the sound and the, they have everything pretty well set up for us when we give them the map.
And they tape it.
Right. Which I know we have. I think we have some video of you guys doing it. What do you love about it?
It's just fun. I retired a year and a half ago, and I used to play guitar, but I didn't have time, so I wanted some way to play my guitar again, and I joined the band. And it's just fun. You meet people who love to do music.
Right.
And it's just fun playing these old songs. Some I had never heard before because I wasn't necessarily a country western person.
Okay.
So I've learned a whole new genre of music, and it's just fun. The people are fun. People that play music tend to be fun people.
Exactly. And how about you?
Well, I had just started to learn guitar about 5 years before I came here, and same motivation. And I love the concerts because the music ranges from serious and sad country western to novelty songs, pop songs, very funny songs as well.
Like Nobody Kisses Their Horse Anymore.
You know, I saw that on the list and I thought, okay, I've never heard that song.
I never had either.
Yes, and we have a 94-year-old singer named Elsie, who has been performing, I think, for about 18 or 20 years with the string band. Wow. And she belts it out. She's going to do Sweet Georgia Brown.
Wow.
And we have a ex-professional actor who does Johnny Cash and all sorts of impersonations when he sings.
Okay.
And just a great time, great fun. We encourage people to sing along and have a good time. And for $5, you can't
beat that. $5. That's a steal. Now we're actually looking at some of the video now. So obviously everybody is in costume of some sort.
And the lady in brown is our band leader and emeritus instructor.
Okay.
Louise Jacobs.
Okay, the gal that's over off to the left there with the hat? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And who's the gal that's singing there? Do you know?
Her name is Joni. I'm afraid I don't know her last name.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
She's not. I've been in the band. This is my second year, and
so maybe she's
not in the band
okay.
anymore.
Okay. All right.
She retired. She was our drummer.
Oh, really? Okay. And a singer, obviously.
And a singer.
Okay. All right.
That may, in fact, be me. Oh no, it's fair.
Do you provide the lyrics for the audience too?
No.
No. Okay.
Some songs are very
know
familiar,
it or they don't
and people,
know it.
if they know it, they can sing along.
Right. Okay. Okay. So, how long is the concert?
2 hours.
Oh, that's a good time. Can people dance if they want to? Is there room for dancing, or is it
I don't
mostly
think
just
I've
like
ever seen anyone dance at this concert.
I wondered with all the country western if they'd be getting up doing some line dancing or something.
No, it's not really
two-step.
dance music.
Okay.
Well, maybe we'll do that in the future.
Okay.
There is the Tennessee Waltz, though. Somebody could get up and
right. Well, let's,
waltz
you know what,
if
I've
they
got the
wanted.
list here. Let's just run through a little bit of it. So, of course, Back in the Saddle Again, that's a traditional song. Okay, then the Tennessee Waltz, as you mentioned. But then you've got the Cowboy Yodel.
That's a, pardon me, a novelty song.
Okay.
And very funny, very
Okay.
cute, sung by Sharon Rosen, who is, I think this is her second or third year in the band.
Right, they've got two people listed, Chuck Perot.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They do a little yodel duet.
Oh, a duet. Okay. Okay. Now, you know, and then you said somebody did Johnny Cash. So what would be some songs that they would be doing?
Well, he's doing the Chris Christopherson song, Sunday Morning Coming Down, and he's got a great groveling voice, and that's great fun.
But none of the June and Johnny kind of duets?
Not this year.
Not this year.
Last year there was a couple of Johnny Cash, June Carter songs this year.
Love them. Those are so fun. Okay, but everything looks so much fun.
Yeah, we've got The Wild Side of Life and Honky Tonk Angels.
Right.
And I've got a contemporary, I guess within the last 10 or 15 years, song that I'm going to be doing.
And what was
And that's called You Never Even Called Me By My Name.
Oh.
And the last verse makes it the best country western song ever.
Well, then don't give that away.
I'm not.
Okay, all right, well, good. So now let's talk about where it is and when. So it's May...
May 5th, unfortunately, we're competing with Cinco de Mayo this year.
Oh, well, that's okay.
But it's May 5th at the Performing Arts Center at 7 o'clock. It's open seating. Tickets are available at the box office now, and it's only $5, so such a deal.
And all ages, doesn't matter, right?
No.
Okay,
no.
bring your kids, your grandkids. Okay.
Yep.
Of course.
Sounds fun.
And we even have one song by the Rolling Stones done country western style.
Ooh, I like that. That sounds great.
Called Dear Doctor, Please Help Me.
Okay. Well, they'll be looking forward to that. Well, thank you so much. It was very nice to meet both of you. Congratulations on meshing all of you together for a really good concert. So good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And don't forget, it's May 5th, so you can have your Cinco de Mayo for lunch and then go to the country western concert in the evening. We'll be right back.
Your attention. Please take down this number. Did you know that adults with untreated hearing loss experience a 30 to 40% faster decline in cognitive abilities and are more likely to develop dementia? Those with a mild hearing loss are 3 times more likely to have a history of falling. An annual hearing screening is urgent for memory care to help prevent cognitive decline and thus delay the onset of dementia. Free hearing checkups are now being offered free of charge. If you have not had an annual hearing exam, please take advantage of this free opportunity. If hearing loss is detected, hearing aids will be available to try for 10 days. Evaluations only take 30 minutes, but you must call for an appointment. Hearing screening is urgent for memory care. Please take preventive action. Call now.
Managing your own medication can be stressful. For decades, we have watched you stand in line at your local pharmacy and battle with insurance companies, all to be left with the difficult task of organizing, managing, and remembering to take your medication. AmeriPharma offers a new way of simplifying the lives of you and your loved ones.
In previous years, I didn't require any prescriptions, but now I have to take about 7 or 8 due to various conditions. It's a management problem. My nurse told me about AmeriPharma's MedBox. I switched over. Boy, am I glad I did. It's really easy to use and it's solved all my problems.
Get your medications delivered to your door. You'll receive your pre-sorted MedBox that easily allows you to tear and take the required medication regimen at the plainly printed date and time. AmeriPharma MedBox, the new standard in medication management.
Welcome to the Towers. As president of our association, I'd like to tell you about life here. Membership includes nightly open menu dinners, weekly housekeeping, on-call maintenance, and a range of on-site activities. Join our community of active, independent seniors. It's elevated living in a hotel-style environment. Visit us at towers@lagunawoodsvillage.com.
Welcome back. Well, the Village's first ever Jewish food festival is coming, and we have Carol Bowler, and she's brought us some delicious goodies, and she's going to tell us all about it. Welcome.
Thank you.
So we have Ken here today too, because
Good to see you.
we wanted to learn all about the festival.
Right. Well, good. Well, I'm glad to be here. I'm the co-president of the Reform Temple, and we're very excited because this is our first ever Jewish food festival.
Okay.
It's coming up this Sunday, April 29th.
Okay.
from 5 to 8 in Clubhouse 1 in the main lounge and on the patio.
Right.
It's free admission. The food will be for sale. You could maybe compare it to like a Greek festival, Greek food festival.
Okay.
This is unique also, even though we are spearheading this. This is really a cooperative venture of all the Jewish organizations in the village, of which there are several.
Right.
And so it's really a Jewish community effort. Everyone is involved. And we have a wonderful menu of Jewish delicacies that everybody likes.
Well, let's talk about those. I know we have some pictures that we're showing. So the most popular drink there is the Dr. Brown's.
Dr. Brown's, yes. I did
Celery.
a little celery. Yes, I
celery,
did a little bit of research into Dr. Brown's. Dr. Brown's originated on the West Coast. And it is a long.
I didn't know that.
I mean, on the East Coast.
Okay, wait. We're like the West Coast. Wait. Okay.
No, on the
it is.
East Coast.
All right.
And it's many, many decades old, and it's very popular in Jewish delis, mostly in New York, and it's made its way out to the West Coast as well. And so we wouldn't really be an authentic festival without Dr. Brown's. So.
Exactly, and you'll have different flavors, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Hey, can I just say the celery soda with a little gin?
We won't be
no,
serving
you won't
that.
be doing that. But I mean, it
Are
just.
we having a taste of that today?
It just goes so. It really does. It goes, you got to try that.
Okay.
Enough said about that.
Okay. And then there's some other pictures of like a dessert, or is it a cake, or?
Well, what I brought with me today is, which I can show you. We're going to have for sale and for dessert typical traditional Jewish pastry.
Right.
And what I brought today are mandelbrot, which is. These are mostly from Eastern Europe originally, and this is a hard cookie. You might compare it to like a biscotti.
Yeah, it looks just like it.
But very, very traditional, and usually has a lot of almonds in it.
Okay.
And then this is rugelach. Rugelach is a rolled pastry. It's made out of a sour cream dough, and it's filled with raspberry jam and chopped nuts.
Okay.
And absolutely delicious, and then we'll also have sour cream coffee cake there. But we're
starving.
Additionally, we're going to be having fabulous brisket sandwiches with buns.
Great.
And we're going to be having, of course, lox and fresh bagels and cream cheese and all beef hot dogs on a bun.
Right. You know, when I was looking at this, what is the noodle kugel?
Noodle kugel is a kugel is like a noodle pudding, and so it can be savory or it can be sweet.
Okay.
And it's got this will probably be sweet, and it will have sour cream and it could have nuts, it could have fruit, and noodles, and baked, and then served in a little square. Very traditional.
Okay.
Delicious.
Okay, and then the brisket sandwiches, it says with coleslaw. Was that on top of the brisket?
No, it's
it's going to be
so
separate.
It's like a meal. Yeah,
I
it'll
see.
be like a meal.
All right.
And we're going to have hummus and pita chips and samples of falafel, and there will also be homemade chicken soup to take home in a jar. You couldn't have a festival without that. Challah, and as I said, the baked goods.
Okay.
And
wonderful.
in addition to the food, we're also going to be having a great deal of entertainment. We're having the Shtetl mentioned klezmer band. Everybody loves festive klezmer music. It's joyous. And our own Rebecca Gilad, who is a popular Israeli dance instructor in the village, will do with her group it'll be a couple of performances of Israeli dancing.
Okay.
Additionally, there will be an opportunity for some instruction where we can all join in and learn some of the dances and enjoy that.
Okay.
There will be crafters from the village. There will be a raffle opportunity. It's really a real happening.
It sounds very fun.
Around food, it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. It's a place to bring your friends, and we think it's going to be an absolutely great experience. We encourage people to bring their grandchildren, their
Right.
families.
Right.
Parking will be available in the front of Clubhouse 1 as well as behind it and over behind the Village Library. So come and stay the whole time, or come and eat, and whatever is right for you. We would love to see everybody there.
Now, one thing I wanted to go back to is to talk about, you said that the food, there is a cost for the food. So what do you think the ranges will be so people will know what to bring?
It's ranging probably anywhere from $5 to $10 for individual things. These things are going to be in booths.
Okay.
So you will have an opportunity to go to the booth that you'll come in and purchase tickets, and then you'll go to the booth.
Oh, okay. So it's like little tickets that you bring around.
And then you can go. You want a brisket sandwich, you want a hot dog, whatever it is that you want, you just go up and take it. And so you can decide.
Okay. Well, it sounds great.
Will there be an opportunity for people, if they want to learn about the traditions of some of these foods? They go to the booths and...
Probably not specifically, although we have so many of us that are walking around that will be identified by our yellow t-shirts with the Jewish Food Festival on it. That I think you could probably stop almost any of us and ask us, and we'll be glad to share. We have dozens and dozens of volunteers who have worked really, really hard to make this such a success. And we're all ambassadors, and we're happy to answer any of your questions. And if we don't know the answer, we'll find out from somebody.
Right. All right. Well, good. It sounds very fun, and I like the fact that you have so many different traditional Jewish foods that people could taste and see if they like it. And it was all homemade, which is really exciting.
Yes.
And so let's try what she brought.
Okay.
So tell me again what they are.
Rugelach. This is the rolled cookie.
I'm going to try this.
I'm having this.
With the raspberry filling.
Now, did you make these?
No, I didn't, but two of our members, who are both fantastic cooks, make these, and all the baked goods will be homemade.
These are good. Did you bring my coffee for me?
I have my coffee down there. No, this is really good.
Isn't that fabulous?
It's really delicious. Thank you so much.
And try the Mandelbrot.
Okay, we have to have one of
those. They're very light. Now, what is this one called?
This is called Mandelbrot.
Okay.
And it's a hard cookie. Be great with your coffee. Isn't that fabulous?
I need you to dip it in your coffee.
Yeah.
Is it baked the same way as a biscotti would be? The twice baked?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, this is really good.
Yeah,
but you said that there's a lot of almonds in it. That one doesn't, that's not too almondy, which I'm glad.
Yeah, well, I mean, there are various recipes. The one that I'm more familiar with,
is really good.
That my aunt made, did it with a lot of almonds. But there's a lot of different recipes, that have work their way down through the generations, and we all trade with each other.
Well, and you add your own things, but whatever your tastes are. Good.
Absolutely.
Well, so exciting. How fun.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for bringing us our treats. I really love that.
It was lovely being here
meeting
with
you. Too. Good
Thank
luck.
you.
Nice
and
to
I
see
look
you
forward
again.
to seeing you on Sunday.
All right. Okay.
Good stuff.
Very good. All right. So the Jewish Food Festival is this Sunday, April 29th, and you can learn all about it on the website too.
Yes,
you can find it through our website.
Right.
We'll be right back.
Hey, it's not my birthday. Whose birthday is it?
It's just a reminder.
A reminder of what?
The birthday roll. Anyone that has a Medicare insurance supplement plan, they can change that plan on their birthday month. It's part of the guarantee issue period. Each company has different premium rates. They could save money.
Saving money? What a great birthday present.
It sure is. As independent insurance brokers, we can help educate you so you make the right Medicare choices.
Give us a call.
Remember the good old days when neighbors helped neighbors with everyday chores? Here in Laguna Woods, those days are back, thanks to neighboring. If you got chores around the house like moving, cleaning, organizing messy areas, or need help with your iPhone or technology devices, our background check college students can help you with it all and more.
Hire a background check college student today. Call us at 949-322-4923 and start neighboring today.
Dr. Christine Chung with 7-Day Dental has served Laguna Woods for 17 years. Her office is close, her staff is the best, and she offers great discounts for Laguna Woods.
I have been a patient of Dr. Christine Chung at 7-Day Dental for 15 years. She and her staff are exceptional.
You may know me from Village Television. I would not go anywhere else for dental care than 7-Day Dental.
7-Day Dental, simply your best choice.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Kimber Mood with the Orange County Sheriff's Department. We've seen an increase in phone scams where con artists pretend to be someone they are not, including law enforcement officers. Don't be a victim. Trust your instincts. If a call seems suspicious, it probably is. For example, the Orange County Sheriff's Department will never require payment over the phone. If you receive one of these calls, contact the Orange County Sheriff's Department as soon as possible and visit our website to learn more about scams.
Well, welcome back. We have a couple of movies for you. So I'll start with Molly's Game.
Molly's Game, yes.
Now, Molly's Game is actually, it's a really good movie, and Ken and I were talking beforehand that if you saw Ocean's 11 at the very beginning, they were having a high-stakes poker game, right?
Yeah.
So celebrities, so same kind of thing is that Molly puts together this big high-stakes game in various places, and it stars Jessica Chastain, Idris Elba, and it's a true story of Molly Bloom, who is an Olympic-class downhill skier. She ran the world's most exclusive high-stakes poker game and became an FBI target. So just to give you a little background, she had an injury from downhill skiing, didn't really know what she was going to do, and so she went to a different area and kind of came across a job that she didn't really know how it was going to turn out, but ended up turning out where she was going to run a high-stakes poker game and had some pretty big names that sat down and spent a lot of money, So anyway, in the end, you know, she's a FBI target, and I'm not going to tell you how the whole thing ends, but I will say that it is a good movie and entertaining. That'll be on Friday, April 27th. What else
Yeah,
do we
that'll
have?
be good. Kevin Costner's in that too.
Oh, that's
What
right. That's
parts
her
of his
dad.
play?
The dad.
Oh, the dad. Okay.
He's the dad.
All right. Very good, because I have not seen that movie. Now, on Monday, we have a movie that won several awards. It was up for several Academy Awards. Phantom Thread, and this is based on a true story as well. And it's set in 1950s London, when Reynolds Woodcock is a renowned dressmaker whose fastidious life is disrupted by a young, strong-willed woman, Alma, who becomes his muse and lover. Good movie, obviously. This was up for Best Actor, I think Best Picture, and it did win. It didn't win any Academy Awards, but I think it won like some Golden Globes and some of those other ones.
Well, the costumes too are really amazing.
That's right, yeah. I think it might have won for that. And Daniel Day-Lewis, of course, stars as the lead character in this, and Vicky, how would you pronounce that? Creeps?
I don't know. Cripes.
Cripes, yeah. Well, she plays.
Okay, we're just going to butcher it, sorry.
Yeah, she plays the muse in this, as it's called. Right. But a very good movie. It is interesting. It's you know, a love story. It is. There's a lot of tension in it, especially when you pull the thread really tight. No, it's a very good movie, and I think you'll. I think
people would really
it.
appreciate the fact that he was so intense about his designs.
Yeah.
And that is kind of odd in a way, but good.
Yeah, I do not know, again, if this was an actual person or it's sort of loosely based on a certain designer. That part I don't know. Okay. But there you go.
We better know by Monday.
Yeah,
so
we'll
you do
know by
some
Monday.
research on that.
Okay. All right. Hey, what's coming up on May 5th, also known as?
Well, Cinco de Mayo, but I always like to say, may the 4th be with you beforehand.
Yeah, it's true. May the 4th be with you.
Cinco de Mayo. Clubhouse 2, Palo Verde Loja. Is that right?
Yes.
Saturday, May 5th, doors and no host bar open at 5 p.m. The buffet starts at 5:30. It's $18.50 per person, so it should be delicious. Lots of yummy items. The tickets can be purchased at Clubhouse 2 while supplies last, and you can call 949-597-4286 for more information. And they're going to have music by the Mariachi Malibu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'll be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
And did you know that Arbor Day community event is coming up on April 27th? I had the opportunity that we'll show coming up maybe the next couple weeks of going over to Aliso Creek area.
Oh, that's right.
And taking a tour. In fact, behind us here is the sycamore tree that is goes back, well, I forget what they said, like 400 years or something like that.
Yeah.
Really interesting. However, you can celebrate Arbor Day, and this will also be done at the big sycamore tree, that area at Aliso Creek. They will be actually planting a new sycamore tree. Maybe it'll last 400 years.
Well,
so that'll be coming up April 27th from 10 o'clock until about 10:30, and they'll meet between cul-de-sacs 12 and 60, right over there off where Aliso Creek, where the walk is, and enjoy Arbor Day and plant a new tree that will grow up as the village grows.
And it'll be 35,001 trees.
Yes, exactly.
Because there's so many.
Yes.
Okay, so everybody I know Ken loves this weather, but it can get kind of hot in the late afternoon, so be careful because snake season is here.
Yes.
If you encounter a suspected poisonous snake, maintain a safe distance and try to warn others from getting too close, especially keep your animals away. Do not attempt to catch or kill the snake. There's actually people you can call that will take care of the snake for you. Resident Services will do it at 949-597-4600. A customer service representative will report your sighting to animal control and dispatch the staff. After business hours, though, our security dispatch is 949-580-1400. And
yeah, this time of the year.
Yeah. So anyway, speaking of weather, what do we got?
Well, I said earlier, I love, this is kind of June gloom in April, and I kind of love the cooling fog overnight and into the mornings, and really it dissipates pretty darn quickly. Now I have 76 today. As I mentioned yesterday, it got warmer than I said because the fog dissipated much quicker, but we should be right about 76 or so today. Going forward, the temperatures will start to drop a little bit each day, but overall the weather pattern will be pretty much the same. So beautiful weather coming up around Orange County and elsewhere. Again, pleasant weather. The beaches are averaging about 66, and I always tell people that I look at the temperatures all the way from Huntington Beach, Laguna Beach, and Newport, and Dana Point, and average them together. So that could change a little bit, but overall, just nice weather. Palm Springs about 99 degrees today. You go out to Palm Springs.
Yes, and I would like to go out to Palm Springs. I love Palm Springs. Okay, so coming up on tomorrow's show, I'm going to sit down with Don Barnes, who's running for sheriff. We've got the Entertainment Corner with Paul Ortiz, the Yacht Club, and we had an opportunity to interview them, and that was so much fun. So we're going to show that one to you guys. And then the Senior Center. So have a great day.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.